Sairam, everyone.
Sairam.
I would like to offer my humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. I'd like to thank you all for coming today, and it's a wonderful day. It turned out to be, I couldn't have said this yesterday, beautiful spring day, befitting the occasion today. I'd like to welcome you all to the special satsang we have today with distinct speakers here, Professor Anil Kumar Garu and Mrs. Vigilaish Garu. We had the good fortune of having them 10 years ago. It almost took 10 years. And once again, we are blessed with another opportunity to have them here today with us. They have traveled a long distance, coming all the way from India, went to Milwaukee with daughter's place, and then they had two major big programs in Atlanta and Chicago. And despite their busy schedule, they could come here and spend this time today with us. Thank you, both of you, for giving this another opportunity for us. Sorry. Just give a brief introduction, and I know majority of you know very well Professor Anil Kumar. He needs no introduction, but I do see some new faces here today, and not for formalities. I'd like to give you a brief bio of Professor Anil Kumar. Professor Anil Kumar and Vigilaish have been associated with Swami for more than 45 years. In the Divine Association, they learned a lot from Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai, directly from them, direct messengers of Swami. And the most notable thing of Professor Anil Kumar, as you all know, is being the translator for Swami's discourses, divine discourses. It's a daunting task to translate Telugu into English, and only Professor Anil Kumar could do a good job in that aspect. As you know, he has done this for 20 years. It's a testimony to the fact that he has done a wonderful job translating Swami's Telugu discourses into English without losing the profundity and the deep meaning of those messages. That's the most important. Besides those besides being a translator, he was given some major important assignments in Swami's divine mission. And just to go over a few of them, he was the president of Andhra Pradesh State Sathya Sai Seva Organization from 85 to 1989. Then he became the principal of Vrindavan campus from 89 to 95. Later he came to Prashant Nilayam and served as professor of biosciences for more than 15 years. As you all know, he's a prolific speaker, and he's known for his popular talks filled with wit and humor and poetry based upon Swami's messages. And the passion and the commitment he has for spreading Swami's message over the years that led to culminate in writing many books. He authored, I think, more than 30 books. Just to quote some of them: The Universal and Practical Teachings of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, Divine Directions, Divine Daffodils, Satyopanishad, Sai Blossoms, and many more. Most of these have answers to the spiritual dilemmas we have. Those books will provide answers to those things. And he was fortunate enough to receive those directions directly from Swami by being associated with Swami for many years, with numerous interactions he has had over the years. I think it's time to talk briefly about Mrs. Vigilaish. She has been an ardent devotee. As the saying says, that behind every successful man, a spiritual man like Professor Anil Kumar, there's a woman behind him. That is Srimati Vigilaish. She has been the silent strength and support of Professor Anil Kumar. She worked as a school teacher and authored several books. She loves to do service to the less fortunate members of society and has conducted mass Narayan Sevas, feeding the poor in the villages of Andhra Pradesh. They both have been immersed themselves in the service of Swami for more than 33 years. Now they're going to share some of their experiences with us, and I think this will be followed by QA. Vijay and Sairam, they're going to coordinate that. And please join me welcoming Professor Anil Kumar garu and Mrs. Vigilaish garu. Housekeeping items, please silence your cell phones. I am the culprit, I only broke them. And also make note of the exit signs on both sides of the auditorium here. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.
Sairam, everybody. Sairam. Jaya ho Gopalana. Jaya ho Gopalana. Jaya ho Narayana. Jaya ho Narayana. Jaya ho Gopalana. Jaya ho Gopalana. Jaya ho Narayana. Jaya ho Narayana. Jaya ho Janardana. Jaya ho Janardana. Jaya ho Janardana. Baba Maharaj ki Jai. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of our most beloved Bhagavan. Dear friends, thanks Dr. Krishna for your fine words of introduction. Thank you very much. I wish I deserve them all. To be honest enough, but for Swami, I am nil. With Swami, I am Anil. That's the difference. It so happened long ago, Swami was asking some elder seated there, do you know this boy's name? They know my name, but they want Swami to say that. They smiled and kept quiet. Then Swami said, his name is Anil Kumar. Nil. Balance nil. But after coming to Swami, Nil became full, so Anil Kumar, that's what he said. Therefore, if at all anything good is said about me, the whole and the sole credit goes to Bhagavan only, and nobody. My friends, the scripture clearly says that it's not our choice to be spiritual. It is not our choice to be a devotee. It is His choice. He selected you to be the devotee. He selected your life to be spiritual. You and I are not capable of it. And in fact, may not be willing to be also. It was He who decided what our life should be, how we should be spent. Bhagavan gave many, many examples in this direction. What for is the life? One person purchases a beautiful, luxurious, latest car, and he keeps the car in the garage permanently. What for is the car? Useless. Similarly, human body is the car, automobile, gifted to us to drive to the destination. To go over to reach the destination. Similarly, our life is gifted to realize who we are. We know everybody else, but no one knows who he is or who she is. I know he's that, he's so-and-so, he's so-and-so. How about you? I do not know. The whole purpose of life is to know one's own self, who you are. You may be wondering, what? Do you think that I don't know who I am? Yes, we do not know, together. Why? We identify ourselves with the body. And we are not the body. We are not the body. What? Yes. We may be so happy looking at the mirror, our own body, complimenting for our own selves, though it is not true. But I am not the body in the sense that it goes on changing. It goes on changing. 20 years ago, the body was different. 30 years ago, much different. And today, as you find it. So similarly, the body goes on changing. You cannot be that which changes. You cannot be that which changes. I'm not the mind either. Mind also changes. Mind will not remain all the same. Mind is a monkey mind. Body is a water bubble. And this monkey mind, what it thinks, what it wants to do, when it is bloated with ego, when it is arrogant, when it frustrates, we do not know. The whims and the vagaries of the mind are unpredictable. Therefore, I'm not the mind, you are not the mind. Never mind. Then who am I? I'm not the body, I'm not the mind. Then who am I? I'm the spirit or consciousness. The consciousness and the spirit. How do you know? Everybody will say, I am so-and-so. Nobody will say, my body is so-and-so. My mind is so-and-so. No. Everybody says, I. If anyone knocks on the door, who is there? They'll say, I am here. They don't say, I the man is here. I the woman is here. They don't say that. No. This I is common to everybody. Beyond gender, beyond geography, beyond the different periods of time, this I is same. That I is the consciousness. But we identify the I with the body, we identify with the mind, get confused. Spirituality comes now to let us know who you are. You are not the body, you are not the mind, you are that consciousness. You are that consciousness. That's what dharma is. You are all the sparks of the divine. You are the embodiments of the divine. You are the embodiments of the peace. You are the embodiments of bliss. Spirituality is intended to remind us who we are. Unfortunately, if I am the bliss, how is it I suffer? If I am bliss, why? Why should I suffer? Answer is simple. In the life of everybody here or anywhere else, the moments of sadness, the moments of grief, the moments of suffering are less than the days of pleasure, the days of happiness. the days of bliss. But we remember that only. How are you? Last year I was not well. This year you are fine. How are you? 4 years back I had an attack. Why do you want to repeat again? Whatever one may have, after all, they are for lesser period than the time of joy and the pleasure. That's the reason why we remember those black days. That's where we commit mistake. Actually, let us be thankful to God for all the beautiful days you have given me, for all the lovely smiles you have given me, for excellent friends you have given me, beautiful nature, beautiful flowers. Why not? Why not? There are umpteen number of things in this world to feel happy about it. But unfortunately, we feel happy about dead furniture, dead cash. We are not happy with the living things. Until we find life, pleasure in vital things, in living things, we'll never have peace of mind. Therefore, life is one. After all, we are so many individuals, but life is one. I cannot say my life and your life. You have no copyright. Life is only one. After all, names will be different. The size and the weight and the chest, measurements may be different. But life is one. You are the life, but not anything else. And that life is continuous. Is the one of continuity to eternity. All scriptures say that. No scripture says, this is the end of life. No, no, no. There is nothing like end of life. Life is a continuous flow. Life is endless. Life is endless. If anyone says someone died, he has not died. Because he was never born. How can a fellow who was never born die at all? Impossible. We were never born. What? Yes. It is the body that appeared. It is the body that disappears. Appearance of the body is birth. Disappearance of the body is death. But you are permanent. You are eternal. Electricity permanent. Bulbs may illumine for some time because some damage in the filament. The bulb may go out of order. Because the bulb faded out, that doesn't mean there is no electricity. There is electricity. We are the bulb. Electricity is our real eye. That real eye is electricity. The body is merely the bulb. All our spiritual exercise, my friends, of any religion that we belong to, is only to understand who I am. To put a question to one's own self, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? That searching question must appear sometime or other. I think it was, I read somewhere, when Socrates was coming, somebody stood there. Sir, you cannot go. Admission is restricted. Then that man asked Socrates, who are you? And Socrates gives the answer, I am yet to know. Who are you? I am yet to know. Life has been a continuous search to know one's own self. All of the things that we get in life, they're all secondary. They're complementary. They're associates. The main consciousness is the main thing that we need. It is for this purpose we have teachers, preceptors, avatars appearing from time to time in human history. Jesus is one such. Buddha is one such. Adi Shankara is one such. They are all preceptors made. They all speak one, but we are divided. Some say, I like Shankara. If you have got really some mind to understand Shankara speaks same as Christ. No, I'm a Christian. So what? Christ speaks same as Shankara. To find that identity, to find that similarity, to find that unity is all the sadhana, the spiritual practice. We have to do that. Okay. What is it I have learned from Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba? I have learned one thing, that all religions are one. All roads lead to Rome. All religions are one. After all, how many of us understand what religion is? We mistake religion for spirituality. Religion and spirituality are different. By the by, let me make a mention. What all I have been sharing with you are from Sai literature only. They are not of my own. I am not capable of that yet. I can only quote him, that's all. What is religion? What is spirituality? Religion is like scissors that cut a cloth to pieces. Religions divide us. Religions are many. We are organized into groups on grounds of religion. Religion divides. But spirituality is like a needle that stitches pieces of cloth, making it a beautiful garment. So spirituality is the needle, while religion is scissors, as Baba has wisely said. In this modern age, we should concentrate on spirituality more than religion. Religion is after practices, is after rituals. The spirit of the ritual is spiritual. We should understand the spirit behind the ritual, then we begin to appreciate what rituals are. Or else they become mechanical, robot, computerized, repetitive, boring. Understand the beauty of it. Then we like it. I'm thrilled to watch the idols over there, they're here in this temple. Very much excited. Every idol over there is full of life, inviting you to come close by, close by. I'm waiting for you, come along, come along. How beautiful it is. Why? Your feeling reflects over there. Your devotion reflects over there. Your steadfastness, your sincerity, your commitment, your awareness, your understanding comes back to you. Therefore, temples of worship are to awaken us, are to illumine us, are kindle in us that flame of spirituality within all of us. Therefore, my friends, the first thing I have learned from Bhagavan is the unity of all religions in practice. People will say, all are one, but I am separate from you. All are equal, but some are more equal. I don't contribute to that kind of a thought. That by experience, I'm the product of Christian college for having studied there for about 4 years, having worked there for 26 years, 30 years of association with Christian missionaries. Believe me or not, the way Christmas is celebrated in Prashanthalayam is much, much better, with more of grandeur, with more of festivity, with more of gaiety, with a spiritual appeal than anywhere else. Than anywhere else. And the proof, those of you who have seen would agree with me. I also know Buddha Purnima, the birthday of Buddha, is also celebrated every year in a most ceremonious style. In other words, all religions are one, not a declaration, not a teaching, not a slogan, but is a reality in practice. Swami gives one example. it seems a king organized a debate between two groups. Here is one group, they are Shaivites, they believe in Shiva. And all those here, they believe in Vishnu, Vaishnavites. Debate, who is better than the other. Wow. The argumentation went on for a considerable number of days. Ultimately, king said, I'm unhappy with both of you. None of you are correct. Why, my lord? Why do you say that? Those that say Shiva is the only God, they would have seen Shiva in Vishnu also. Those that say Vishnu is the ultimate, they would have seen Vishnu in Shiva also. Therefore, the true vision, a true understanding, a true experience is one of unity but not division. Advaita darshanam jnanam. That non-dual vision, non-dual experience is jnanam. And this jnanam, this wisdom, this awareness on grounds of unity will only take you to the divinity. Jnana devatu kaivalyam. Kaivalyam is the divinity. Therefore, this jnana, the wisdom or the awareness of the principle of unity, is the ultimate way to the divinity. This I have seen and experienced. A gentleman from Italy, a doctor, comes to Prashanthanilayam and Swami has blessed him. And the doctor, being a Catholic, was so sincere to offer his prayers every day. And in the evening, after 6 o'clock, he kneels down in his room and offers his prayers. There in Prashanthanilayam, in the apartment allotted to him for his stay. Door is bolted from inside. Nobody can get in, nobody would disturb him. While he was offering his prayers, suddenly he finds a gentle touch on his shoulder. He looks back, who is he? He finds Sathya Sai Baba behind him. I am here, do not worry, I am here, I am here. And the doctor that evening spoke in the auditorium. He said this, I'm a Catholic by birth and in practice. I would rather risk my career as a doctor. I would rather face the wrath of my fellow Catholics. But I would rather say, Baba is the second coming of Jesus Christ. Baba is the second coming of Christ. Baba is Christ personified. That's what the doctor has, a Christian. Why? There's one Catholic priest by name Peter Phipps. He said, Christ always addressed his God as Abba. Abba means Father. Oh Father. All right, come on, repeat. Abba, 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 Abba. That's all.
Abba, 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 Abba.
Abba is Baba. And further, Peter Phipps goes on to interpret Jerusalem. Jerus is peace. Salim is the place of peace. Prashanthanilayam. Not only that, Jesus carried always lamb. What does it say? Ba, 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 ba. Like that, Peter Phipps composed 3 volumes on Jesus Christ, Christianity, and Baba's teachings. How they are closely interwoven, how they are closely interrelated. When once we understand, yes, they are one and the same. I also remember one doctor from Japan, physicist, visiting Prashanthanilayam, Dr. Hayakawa. This Hayakawa is a Buddhist to the core. He came there to attend an international physicist conference and paid a visit to Prashanthanilayam. Swami grants him interview, come around. While talking to me, he said, you know, Your heart has only 3 chambers. This doctor was surprised, what? Swami does not know any medicine. He has no idea of what heart is. It should have 4 chambers, auricles and ventricles. How is that say it has only 3 chambers? No, Swami, it's impossible. Then Swami said, this fact is known to only 2 people. 1 to your mother and 2 doctor on duty. Better you go out, make a phone call. From Prashantaram to Tokyo. He's a professor from Tokyo University of Medicine. He came out and made a phone call to his mom. Is it true that there are only 3 chambers in my heart? And she said, how do you know? And the boy says, why did you tell me, Mom? Then she says, the one who told you must be God on earth, no one else, because he only knows this truth. He only knows this fact. This he admitted openly in the auditorium. He spoke in the august presence of Swami. My friends, experience will tell us, the unity, experience will tell us. So long we go by expression, so long we go by reading of the scripture, they're just mechanical like any other CD or DVD. We know people go on to Sairam, in a bit of anxiety and temper, when to complete 108 Sairam. Until Ganesha himself is fed up, let this fellow go early as early as. He is exhausted, he is exhausting me. Therefore, my friends, we do certain things mechanically, but we don't understand the spirit behind it, how to appreciate it. A simple example, this, as I said again and again, I don't need to have to tell you, these are all from Sahi literature alone. He gave an example. It seems in a village, there lived an old priest. With the passage of time, he finished his life sojourn and he died conveniently. But he's the only priest available in that village. When he died, what is to be done? Somebody to offer puja, somebody to do Satyanarayana Swami puja, which is a ritual. And this priest's son is capable of conducting rituals also. They called his son, hey, look here, your father is no more, but you're here. Would you do Satyanarayana Swami puja tomorrow? Why not, sir? So simple. Give us the list of material required. He gave the list, what all that is necessary. The list was seen by the householder, particularly the lady of the house. He said, you don't seem to know completely the procedure, the logistics, the way how Satyanarayana Swami puja is done. Your list is not complete. What man, why do you say that? You have not included 2. What are they? One is the basket, other is the brick. Basket and the brick for Satyanarayana Swami puja? In no book it is mentioned. What man, what is it? Yes, your father used to write these 2. The reason is this. In villages there will have a lot of grain at home. Villages there will be a lot of milk at home. When they are to have Satyanarayana puja, on the following day, the cats over there will have their major share before the worship. Therefore, what they do is, they would catch a cat that night, put a basket about that. So that basket would not move, they would keep brick over it. This fool thought, basket and the brick, part and parcel of Satyanarayana Swami puja. What is to be done? What is to be done? And he gives another example, Swami. He seems a lady purchased with her lifelong savings 2 bangles, very shining bangles. Nobody cared to look at them. What is to be done? One day, unfortunately, her house was set on fire. Fire, fumes everywhere. And this lady, instead of shouting, she kept both of her hands like that, so that the bangles would jiggle. Everybody would come to see the Appa, how shiny. And the house is burned. You want the bangles to be exhibited? You want the bangles to shine? Like that. We are after exhibitionism. We are after pomp. We are after the show. But we have not yet gone to the depth and the profundity of every festival and every ritual. I'm very much tempted to say, Lord Venkateswara idols, I saw them. Lord Venkateswara idols. Most of us will get this question. You will find Lord Venkateswara hands like this, one upwards, one downwards. Why? Can't he keep both of his hands upwards? Or can't he keep both of his hands downwards? Helplessly, these fellows won't listen to me. In spite of repeated teachings, the fellows are like, what to do? Or we have lifted both the hands, blessing all of us. Why one up, one down? We never bother to know, because we are anxious to have darshan. Pay our respects, go back. We go there all the way because the son got a seat in medical school. Our daughter is going to be married without dowry. So we go there and return. Have we ever thought why hands like that? Because Sathya Sai Baba said, catch hold of the feet of God, you will have that protection. You will have the divine protection. You will enjoy the divine benediction. You catch the feet of God. But instead of catching the feet of God, we catch the feet of our dirtiest creatures on earth and disappointed later. That is the symbol. Surrender yourself to God so that you will be blessed. That is the meaning behind it. And most of you must have gone to Tirupati also, because I find sizable number of Indian population. From a distance, you find the Lord Venkateswara temple right on the top of the mountain, and the whole path is zigzag manner. And he decides to stay there on the top of the 7th hill. All the 7 hills. He's there on the top. The path is zigzag. Why not straight path? Why not? The reason is, the path is zigzag, curved, not a straight line, indicating our vertebral column. Our vertebral column. The bus starts from here, goes to the 7th hill. What does it mean? The bottom, the first one, is Mooladhara, the primordial chakra. It goes to the 7th, Sahasrara, where Kundalini blossoms in full. So the travel upward is the ascent of Kundalini in the human body. Have we ever thought of it? Therefore, my friend, this is the way how we should worship. In full awareness, in full understanding. So that you'll be more in your adoration. You'll be more in your process of worship, more and more. That's how when he was explaining, I was stunned about what explanation it is. And we also see Lord Mahavishnu reclining on serpent. He has no cushion bed, sir, what? Why serpent? That too, lying over the ocean of milk. But it is very sticky. Nice to drink one glass of milk, not to lie down on it. What's all this? That too, that snake has 6 hoods. 6 hoods. Why? I let him have it, I'm not bothered anymore. It's not that. The ocean of milk symbolizes Kshira Sagara. Kshira is milk, Sagara is ocean. Human heart is supposed to be Kshira Sagara, the ocean of milk, the ocean of purity, nectarine, amrit, ambrosia, elixir. It is supposed to be like that. But we made the Kshira Sagara, the ocean of milk, into Kshara Sagara. Kshara is salt, saline. So the sea of milk has become a sea of salinity or full of salt. That is the tragedy. And on the milk you find Lord reclining on the serpent with the 6 hoods, comfortably. If anyone says there's some snake here, I'm sure there'll be no one here tomorrow. There'll be no one here tomorrow. You can take it from me. But here is a serpent with 6 hoods, while he reclines with a broad smile. Good. What is the reason? The reason is this. This is Visha Sarpa. Visha is poisonous. Sarpa is a snake. Vishaya, all the mundane things, all the worldly matters, Vishaya, poisonous. On that reclines Vishnu. And the serpent has got 6 hoods. What are they? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya. All the 6 weaknesses of mankind in those days. The list must have been revised now. There were only 6 then. Must be 60 now. So 6 hoods represent Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya. But still Lord is smiling. Why? He is unaffected. When he is unaffected, how am I affected? Just as he is not affected by the poisonous snake with all the 6 hoods, in spite of Vishaya, the poison, yet, man, you can be comfortable. You can still be happy. You can maintain your own equanimity, your own tranquility, your own balanced state of mind, your own steadfastness, sthita prajna, established in that. It is quite possible. All our idols, all our statues, they have got great, immense meaning, message to convey. I'm not bothered. I'll break a coconut, make chutney tonight. That's it. Without going to temple, you can have chutney. Why not? It's not so. It is something very, very important. Very, very important. And if you go to Shiva's temple, what do you find there? Vibhuti, ash. It's good to go to Vishnu temple because they'll give us some prasadam. In Shiva's temple, no prasadam, only Vibhuti. Paramam Pavitram, Baba Vibhuti. So children would like to go to Vishnu Alaya. In my childhood, the moment I hear the ringing of the bell in a temple, I used to run. They ring the bell before prasadam distribution. As priest distributes less and less, it is more tasty. Well, particularly during Dhanurmasa, the pulihara, very nice. But here in Shiva, nothing, only ash. But we want cash. We want cash and we indulge in trash. Why should I go to Shiva's temple? Why? Have you ever thought of it? Baba gave a simple answer. All that is created will be reduced to ash. All that is created, whether it is matter or men or material, whatever may be when it is burnt, reduced to ashes. Nothing would turn into gold when it is burnt. It will be ash only. When you burn the ash, it remains as ash only. Ash is changeless. Therefore, this changelessness, that permanence, that immortality is what divinity implied in Vibhuti. And the whole creation, the mystery, the oceans, 84 lakhs of species, and the mountains and the valleys, the plant world and animal world is all vibhuti, God's vibhuti. People say, would you give me small vibhuti? How can you give small vibhuti? The whole thing is vibhuti. Whole creation is vibhuti. Whole universe is vibhuti. And have you ever imagined why Shivalingam is like that? Shivalingam upwards and downward there is another one. Why? Shivalingam there is your consciousness, which is directed upwards. That which is horizontal is triune, are the three basic attributes, sattva, rajas, tamoguna. That is the world. In this world of three qualities, there is Shivalinga directed upwards. That is Atma Tattva, the spirit of consciousness. See that? And we offer Bilva Patra there. Bilva Patra has 3 leaves, leaflets. 1 leaf at the center, 2 leaves at the sides. What are they? 3 qualities, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo, Guna. How many qualities do you have? 3. How many qualities do I have? 3. Why not 4? The whole creation is out of these 3 fundamental 3 qualities only. But our personality is judged on the basis of which quality dominates the other. If tamasic quality dominates the other 2, you'll be rogue number 1, scam number 1. Very dangerous fellow. If rajasic quality dominates you, he is over-ambitious fellow. He wants to swallow whole Rochester just in one sip. Swallow. Over-ambitious fellow. Full of desire, full of passion, full of ambition. Rajasic. If sattvic quality is more, he is pious, calm, cool, sacrificing, understanding, compassionate. These 3 qualities are there. Well, they work in perfect integration, in perfect cooperation, in perfect unity. That is the creation. Look at your eye. There are 3 colors: white, red, and black. Go to the mirror and open your eyelids clearly. You will find 3 colors, particularly when you apply. Yes, you will see that. 3 colors. The white color is sattvic, red color is rajasic, black is tamasic. Eye has got all the 3 colors. Look at the sunrise. It has 3 colors: white, red, and black. Sattvic, rajasic, tamasic quality. I don't know how many of you have an idea of pan in India. With betel leaves they make pan. You know that? Yeah. You know that? Or you just read it in books? Our grandparents telling you about it. The pan has 3. The green leaves, white lime, and black betel nut. Black betel nut is tamasic, white lime is sattvic, green betel leaf is rajasic. 3 qualities in red color. That is beauty of life. Therefore, let us understand that everything has got a message to convey. The whole nature is the best teacher. Life is the best preacher. Nature is the teacher. Life is the best preacher. How do I say nature is the teacher? Yes, as Baba said. Jati bhedamulekha janulakashreyamichunatti tarulu. Without any caste distinction, or any community, or gender, or nationality, the tree is ready to offer its shade. The tree will never say, this shade is for Indians only. This shade is only for South Indians. It won't say that. Trees teach us a lesson. Not only that, how about the mountains? They are not shaken. In spite of storm, the world, wind, mountains stay like that. What do they teach? Firm faith in spite of ups and downs, lashes and slashes, bumps and jumps in life. One should be steady. Mountain speaks how to be steady in our faith. How about the sky? It also has got a lesson to convey. There may be dancers on earth. There may be music concert over here, exhibition over here, but that is untouched. There may be any number of scenes on earth of pleasure and pain, of all dual experiences on earth, but the sky is untouched. It teaches the lesson of detachment. Birds, they do have a lesson to convey. Birds fly happily because they don't think of tomorrow's bank account. They don't think of bank interest. They don't think of fixed deposits, how much money they will get. They are not bothered about tomorrow. It always speaks. Birds teach us the lesson to live in the moment, live in the moment. But most of us don't live in the moment. We live either in the past or in the future. If you ask anybody, an elderly man, how are you, sir? I'm fine today, but tomorrow who will look after me? Where is the guarantee you will survive till tomorrow? You may kick the bucket tonight. He is bothered with tomorrow. He is not bothered about today. He doesn't enjoy this moment. Where is life? Life is here and now. Life is here and now. God is here now. That's all. Not there and then. Birds teach us the lesson of here now to all of us. Let's not bother about the past and the future. Let us be happy. Let us learn to be happy. Life is given to be happy. Life is given to enjoy, not to lament, not to lament. It's unfortunate some people have forgotten how to smile long back. They put on a very long faces. And when we meet them, we also become tragic or melancholic. Avoid such faces. Avoid. After all, we can enjoy the life. Why not? Why not? We lose that enjoyment, bliss. Why? Because competition and comparison. I think you are better than me. You think I'm better than. You think I'm better than you. I think you are better than me. Both of us are much worse than each other. He thinks he's fine, he thinks he's fine. Both are equally ugly. Therefore, my friends, in competition which is meaningless, in comparison which is unnecessary, we lose the charm of life, the beauty of life. We miss the bus altogether. Bhagavan, in this respect, speaks of the values of life. The values of life. Simple example. The teeth, what you call tusk, T-U-S-K. The tusks of an elephant are very expensive. They're very useful. They keep it there as treasures. Human teeth, useless, number one. The hair of the goat skin, very useful. They make a mat and do some japa. Your hair and my hair, useless, useless. Just examine ourselves. Even the flesh of an animal, it is useful. The flesh of a human being is foul, not at all useful. Therefore, the value of life lies in the quality of life that we lead. It's not the standard of life. It's not the standard of living, it is the standard of life that matters. Standard of life, not standard of living. My friends, Baba gives number of examples. It was Alexander the Great who instructed everybody in this country, let my body be taken in a procession with both my hands stretched. Let them know I came here empty-handed, returning empty-handed. A message to everybody, I'm going empty-handed. Therefore, let us know the value of every second of our life, every moment of our life as gift of God. Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba teachings are meant for life here, are not meant for life after death. Some people say, follow me, I'll teach you how to go to heaven. My answer would be, you first go to heaven and let me know. Before everybody, once Baba asked me, before everybody, I said, Anil Kumar, what do you want? I said, Swami, I don't want anything. That is not the correct answer. I said, what do you want? Why do you say I don't want? You cannot give that answer. What do you want? Swami, without asking, you are giving me. Unsolicited, unasked. Why should you ask you separately? Arey, shut up. I gave the answer, don't give a lecture like that. No lecture, tell me what. I'm nonplussed at that moment. And then says, then Baba himself said, I'll give you moksha, you want? I said, I don't want. Then he was telling everybody, something wrong with him. Because all religious people, they want moksha. And here I am, I said, I don't want moksha. Then said, why? Swami, I don't know moksha, whether it's sweet or hot, whether it's tall or short, whether it's beautiful or ugly. I do not know its taste. I don't know its beauty. I don't know. Why should I ask that I do not know? Nobody came and said, Anil Kumar, moksha is very beautiful. Please come along with me. Nobody told me. There is no second-hand information. There is no first-hand information. I have no concept about it. Why should I ask that I do not know? Swami was looking at me seriously. Then I said, Swami, since you are insisting that I should ask something, this is my desire. Let me be born again and again. Let me go around the world. Let me tap every door and carry your message to the doorstep of everyone I sit. That's my desire. That's my desire. I have no other desire, Swami. Then Swami said, very good, very good. And he blessed me there. That's the second thing. What I want to tell you is, life is not a promise. Life is not a hope. No, because life is here now. Life is an adventure. It's an adventure. Because you travel from known to the unknown. Known to the unknown. You do not know what lies there on the other shore, but you venture to travel. Life is an adventure. The life is a challenge. Yes, to know that I'm a human being, far better than many, many other creatures. Because nowadays people have forgotten that they're human beings. The scripture says, Jantunam narajanma durlabham. Of all the lives, of all the birds, the human life is the rarest of all. Well, let it be rare, so what? It is rare, why? Because I only know who I am. I only can know who I am. This mic does not know that I am the mic. The stage does not know that it is the stage. At least I know that I am a human being. This kind of awareness is what is called jnana. Jnana is not collection of information out of books. All libraries are full of jnana. What for? This kind of knowledgeability, this kind of ability, this kind of capacity to know, that's vidya. Vidya, with to know, ya, that which gives you. Vidya, to know the giver. Therefore, I know. This is what speciality. This is called jnana. What do I know? That this is my jnaya. I know this is the stage, jnaya. All that is known is jnaya. The one that knows is jnana. Jnana has name and a form. Chair has a name, chair has a form. Jnana has no name, has no form. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma anandarupam amrutam yadivhati shantam sivamadvaitam suddhamapapavitham. The truth has no form. You cannot say American truth is very handsome. How do you know? You may be handsome, but not the truth. So, there is nothing like American truth or Russian truth or Indian truth. Truth is same. It has no form. Therefore, the formlessness, the namelessness is jnana, the knower in you. The one which is known is jnaya, that is the name and form. This we have to understand. But we identify with jnaya, get confused, get lost in this world. That jnana, prajnanam brahma, that is divine. Simple example. The ant knows what is sugar, what is sand particle. Ant knows. How? Ant has not gone to any university. Ant has not been educated by any professor. It can divide, discriminate a sand particle and a sugar particle. Take calf. Calf jumps and jumps, goes closer and closer to cow, draws milk out of the udder, not from the tail. It won't go to the feet. It goes to the udder to draw the milk. Who taught it? Honey bee, it falls on real flowers, but not on plastic flowers. We mistake for a plastic flower for a real flower. But honeybee won't mistake. This is prajnana. This kind of awareness, either an ant, or a calf, or a honeybee, or anything, this awareness is what called prajnana, prajnanam brahma, that is divine. Really, my friends, as he teaches these things, we are lost, we are lost. Where we are, we don't understand. Some people come and say, there are so many books I have not read. There are so many scriptures I do not know. I recite Bhagavad Gita, is that enough? I recite Lalita Sahasranama, is that enough? I recite Vishnu Sahasranama, is that enough? How do you say this is enough, this is not enough? Who asked you to read all of them? Who asked you? Baba gives a simple example. Suppose the housewife decides to make some payasam tonight. Payasam, rice pudding. And he asks husband to go and buy jaggery. This fellow goes to the market and buys jaggery. There the shopwala brings a big mass of jaggery. He'll cut it, weigh and give you. This fellow hands out to his wife to make payasam. And she cuts it little bit and makes payasam. Now, Baba's conclusion. That little part of jaggery, as sweet as that of mass of jaggery brought home, that is as sweet as the whole gunny bag of jaggery. This is full, that is full. If you know Gita, that is full. I don't know all this better, you don't know. The more you know, the more we get confused. Yes. Most of the confused people are very well known people. They are very well known for confusion. Not that. It is as sweet as that, as precious as that. Similarly, in spiritual knowledge, even if I know little, yes, if that is experienced, that's enough. Experience is more important in spirituality, but we go by expression. So long there is expression, experience is still lacking. You may say, then why do you express? I express to say that it is beyond expression. The expression is only to say it is beyond expression. It is given to experience only, my friends, to let us know these things. Baba grants us, blesses us with many, many, many miracles in life. All the miracles and experiences are only to draw you closer and closer to Him. Not to be a miracle monger, not to be merely a storyteller, not to be carried away by the winds of miracles. Understand the miracle behind a miracle. There is a miracle behind every miracle. What do I mean that? Message. Behind every miracle, there is a message behind it. I know. Bhagwan was just once talking to a Pandit, a great Pandit, Uppa Sairam Shastri, a great scholar, a great scholar. He said, Swami, please bless my son-in-law. Oh. Yes, he is blessed. Why do you worry about it? No, Swami, please bless him. He said, when you want to collect water, if you hold both hands like that, how can you collect water? You should put both of your hands like this so that you can collect water. You can collect water like this, not like this. It means what? Your heart and mind are in the reverse direction. You cannot collect the grace of His water, the water of grace. With the reverse mind, there are many people, well, I don't believe in it. I would tell him, at least you believe that you don't believe it. That is belief again. Therefore, it must be turned towards divine, to experience divine experience. He gives another example. If anyone wants to click your photograph, what should you do? You should turn towards the lens. You can't turn your back and say, you have not clicked the photo properly. You have projected your back, what can I do? Similarly, we should face the reality. We should face the truth of inquiry. Then you'll have true understanding, true vision. For that, we should have that inquisitiveness. We should have the devotion. We should have the commitment. We should have that faith. All of us have faith, but unfortunately, we lose faith in respect of God. And Baba tells, we go to saloon, hairdresser. We bend our head, he'll neatly shave. But we don't suspect that fellow will behead me. I don't suspect a barber. I give all my costly dresses for ironing. I not suspect that he'll run away with all those clothes. In these very costly days, we give gold to goldsmith to make a jewel. We will never dream that we will run away with this gold. So we have got, and we sit in a car, comfortably sleep, full faith in the driver. So we have faith in the driver and a barber and a dhobi, but we have no faith in God. That is the mystery and the paradox of this world. Very difficult to understand. And you have got faith in everybody. Then Baba gives one example. He says a scholar was there in a village. He's a modern scholar. He wants to have first morning cup of coffee before he reads, does anything. That's human weakness. As I do have weakness for hot cup of coffee. So that man wants hot cup of coffee every morning. A lady staying from the nearby village has to cross the river and bring milk every day. And she brings milk and he makes coffee and he's fine. One day that milkmaid was late. This Pandit was highly disturbed. It's an international issue. When coffee is delayed, it is an international issue. This fellow went on shouting, what happened? Why are you late? So the heavy rain there and we could not cross the river. At last, one boat could afford to cross the river. And their VIP sat there. Where is the place for me? Therefore I am late, sir. The scholar said, what fool you are. Stand before the river. Say, Krishna, river will give you the way. Stand before the river and say, Krishna, it will give you the way. Poor lady believed it. Next day, rain again. She came there on time exactly. And the Pandit asked, how could you come? Sir, you said Krishna. The river gave the way, I came here. Are you fool or am I fool or both of us are fools? No, let us go and examine. He followed that lady. That lady stood in front of the river and said, oh Krishna, they started giving the way and she started marching ahead. The scholar was walking behind. He was afraid that he would be drowned. He was lifting his dhoti like that. I may fall. He fell down ultimately. He fell down ultimately. Therefore, doubt leads to death. Faith leads to awareness. Faith. We have faith in everything in life. I go to the market in full faith I will return. People build mansions and houses in full faith that they would stay there, remain there. Faith in everything, but not in that which is required. Therefore, it is Bhagavan, great preceptors like Bhagavan, like Ramana Maharshi or anybody, only to teach you the faith. It was Jesus who granted vision to a blind person. Jesus touches the eyes of a blind man who could not see anything, totally blind. By the touch of Christ, that man got vision. He could see. There he shouted, praise the Lord, praise the Lord. And Jesus says, don't praise me. Your faith cured you. Your faith cured you. Therefore, my friends, our faith solves our problems. Our faith will come to our rescue. Doubt will never save you. Hesitation will collapse you earlier. Therefore, the strong faith that one should be established. Why? Simple example. Mansoor, a Muslim saint, he used to say, Anal Haq, meaning I'm God, I'm God. You're God. The fellow is taken to the king. The king said, who are you? I'm God. And I useless fellow, who are you? I'm God. Then they chopped off both of his feet. Who are you? I'm God. Then they have cut off his hands. Who are you? I'm God. His body was burned, and the ashes started blowing to the wind, saying, Anil Haq, Anil Haq, Anil Haq, I'm God, I'm God. That kind of conviction, that kind of deep feeling that Mansoor had. Really, these episodes may seem to be unbelievable. In our lives, we see that happening. I'll give you one instance. There's one couple very well known to me from Nellore in the state of Andhra Pradesh, India. They had a child, crippled or handicapped, or special child. Husband is a free man. It is the lady who receives the punishment for good or bad. So she had to stay back, taking care of the special child. Husband goes to Puttaparthi every year and comes back. One day on Baba's birthday, she was feeling so bad. Oh Swami, my husband is a free bird. He would come to you when I am here at home. What am I to do? Taking care of the child. What shall I do? Baba appeared in her dream and said, look here, your husband had come to see me. I'll come to see you tomorrow. I'll come to see you tomorrow. On the birthday, Baba also gave the time. At 11 o'clock I'll see you. This lady invited her neighbor, an old lady. very well known to the family, to join her and enjoy Baba's presence. They kept Baba's chair. On one side this old lady sat, on the other hand this lady sat. At 10:30, 10:40, the chair started moving. This old lady thought, this young lady, useless lady, she's sleeping, leaning on the chair. This young lady thought, it's my bad luck to have invited this old hag. She is falling on the chair. What is all this? What? To their surprise, the chair started moving. The whole area is full of vibhuti. That man is very much alive today. By name Dhan Singh from Nellore, my close friend. Why do I give these references? Only to let you know and to remind myself what faith can do. What an experience it is. To what heights does an experience take us? Nanda Mukunda Sainatha, Nanda Mukunda. Louder, please. Louder. Nanda Mukunda Sainatha. Glory of God. If it's sung repeatedly, we'll be very happy. The mind goes to higher altitudes. It will be equanimous. For blood pressure, Namasmana is the solution. But what we think for blood pressure solution is to shout further until we go to Rakesh Sagar because of cardiac arrest. That's not the solution. For blood pressure, hypertension, come on, sing the glory of God. You'll be equanimous. Why in olden days people lived long? Why? Not because they have weighing machine to check their weight AM and PM. Not that they're going running on the streets every day. No. This is important. The mind is important. It should be empty. It should be free. It should be free from all jealousy, free from all avarice, from all revenge. It should be calm. For that tranquility, Namasmarana, bhajan is very, very important. Because the bhajan will take you to heights. Calm. Come what may. He will look after. I'll give you one example. One lady was living all alone at home, very elderly lady. somewhere in California. She was alone. But it is quite common here. Husband and wife go for work, children are go to schools, the elderly fellows, senior fellows will be left at home. She is there all alone. Somewhere in the afternoon she had to go to the restroom. Body, hefty body, how to get up and go. Arthritis. She has no alternative. Then she was singing in praise of Swami, singing bhajans. Swami appears in physical form, takes her to the restroom and brings her back. Succor, anchor, immediate support. That's what he gives. I'll give you my own example, my friends. Okay, I'm just requesting him to let me know when I should stop. Because we are all the teachers who go on speaking and the bell is given. It's not our mistake. We are all bell teachers. I'll give you my own example. I had been to Thailand, Bangkok. Well, it so happened at Bangalore, while checking my passport, on the last page, the security officer said, Anil Kumar, you cannot go to Bangkok. I should go to Peacock now. Sir, why? Passport last page. Number on the top is different from the number at the bottom. In the perforated part, there's a different number. This number belongs to one Ibrahim. You are Anil Kumar, how do you go? Sir, I cannot afford to be Ibrahim at that stage. I must go. There's some meeting there, people will be waiting, I must go. You cannot go, I tell you. Then I requested him, would you please allow me to make a phone call to Bangkok? No, this office phone, you cannot do it. Sir, please. That man took pity upon me. Perhaps he might have thought that I'm quite a gentleman. And he allowed me to make a phone call. I made a phone call. There from Bangkok, I get a reply from Manoj Kumar Singh. Why am I mentioning these names? For the benefit of doubting Thomases. I give the name also. It's not concocted or generated or hypothetical or fictitious. Reality, down to earth. So, Manoj Kumar picked up the phone, said, Anil Kumar, what's wrong? Sir, this is a tragedy. They says you can't go. Then he said, give the phone to the security officer. He said, let him come, we will take care of him, he said. Then I asked him for safety purpose. Sir, what would happen to me there? Would they put me in jail or what? Instead of going to Bangkok city, I did not go to Bangkok jail. What am I to do? That man said, it is your problem. They said, let you go, we will go. I went there. Then I understood the heart beats. Till then I didn't know. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? I stood there in the line, there in Bangkok on arrival. That's the one lady sitting there. Ladies are very strict at airports. Men are a little more charitable. Ladies are very strict. Even as teachers, they read every sentence and give marks. We are liberal, turn pages and give marks. So easy to get first class from the hands of a man, not from a woman. And so I was standing there with legs trembling. When my turn was almost nearing, one gentleman came with blue suit, nice tie, well dressed. He came close to me. He was having that United Nations Organization badge. He said, I am from UNO. My name is Mr. Mani. Subject verification. Yes, anybody. My mind. Are you Mr. Anil Kumar? Yes, sir. What's the problem? He said, two different numbers, sir. What am I to do? You follow me, come out to the line, you follow me. Follow me? Where? You follow. I follow him. Then he said, I am from UNO. I am a devotee of Baba. I have come here to receive somebody. I saw you at Prashantalayam, translating Swami's talks. So glad to see you. It's accidental that I met you. When I was passing by, I saw you almost sweating. And I thought there must be some problem. Nobody checked anything. I simply came out, participated in all the programs in Bangkok. And there only I made arrangements so that I'll have another passport because I should return, Having again, I should return. How Baba helped me. How he helped me. I never thought that he would be there. I never thought. I had been to Hong Kong. Then in Hong Kong, I went to somebody's house, Mr. Harish Daswani, a businessman. And before going to Bangkok, I was flying by Cathay Pacific Airlines along with another friend by name Chugani, Ram Chugani, from Kobe, Japan. We were traveling. Chugani is an elderly man. He has got relations there in Hong Kong. He was escorting me. I could have kept quiet. My habit is not to keep quiet. Then I was telling him, Sir, Swami said, I will not forget you. Adabilonunna, Akasamanunnanu, Guttameedanunna, Naddedanunnanu, Madini ninnu saayi, Maruvadepudu, Madini ninnu saayi, Maruvadepudu. You may be in the mountain top or in a deep valley. You may be in a village or a city. Or you may be in the space or in a forest. Baba will never forget you. That is the poem Baba said, sir. Now we are flying. Do you think Baba remembers us now? He said, Anil Kumar, I should put that question to you. It's not that you put that question. Having been with him all these years, what is this you are saying? Such just I love his literature, I quoted, what are you? Then we were just looking at the magazines. It was Discovery magazine. When I was just watching the photographs there, all advertisements, cameras, projectors. At the center of the magazine, I could see Sathya Sai Baba's picture. Wow. Then I asked the flight attendant, can I have this copy? She might not have come across such a passenger who will ask for magazines like this. She must have thought very cheap of me. Anyway, she said, yes, you can take it. I took that magazine with Baba's picture. Chugani also saw that, very elderly man. Kept it in my briefcase and went to Hong Kong straight to the meeting. In the midst of the talk, out of over-enthusiasm, I said, look here. I could see Baba's picture. On the central page of this magazine is cover. As a proof that he is ever present and thinks of us. Come on, I'll show you. I opened the suitcase and took out the magazine, spread it, no picture there. I turned it again and again. Really, Mr. Ram Chugani, that elderly man, who is a senior to me by 20 years or so, he got up and said, I too saw the picture. Don't blame him. I said, I'm not a bluff master. I'm to stay here for 3 more days. If you take me as a bluff master, who will attend my talks? And he said, I saw it. All right. My trip, my tour in Hong Kong was over. When I came back to Prashantalayam, Baba said, my miracles are evidences, nidarshanam. They are not for exhibition, pradarshana. They are not for pradarshana exhibition, that is nidarshana, as the proof of my divinity. That's what Baba says. I was wondering. And there the Lim Ong, an advocate in Hong Kong, who lives there on 25th floor or 27th. He wanted me to visit his flat. I was doubting, should I climb all the steps 24, 25? And I have seen you here, thank you. He said, no, there's lift, you can move. So I went there. And we sat there in front of Swami's picture. Lim Ong Advocate. There are 3 photographs. Shirdi Baba photo, Sathya Sai Baba photo. At the center, the deity there in Hong Kong by name Kunyam, the local deity. When bhajan he was just singing. From Shirdi Baba's picture, fell down some white pearls. Some Sathya Sai Baba photo, some kumkum started appearing. Then the parting place of this Kunyam, kumkum appeared there. I saw with my own eyes. It is not hallucination, it is not imagination, it is not mental projection, it is not a dream, it is not a fiction. It is not born out of my madness. How am I to believe that? That I have seen with my own eyes there in Hong Kong. Sarvam Taryami Sathya Sai Rama. Sarvam Taryami Sathya Sai Rama. Sarvam Taryami Sathya Sai Rama. Sarvam Sathya Sai Rama. I was actually highly critical, agnostic of things happening, coming from a family that does not believe in any idolatry. We belong to Brahma Samaj in India that does not believe in any avatar, that does not believe in any idol worship, nothing whatsoever, excepting Upanishadic concept. God without a beginning, without an end. Nameless, formless God. How is it I landed up here? The one who have not accepted Rama Krishna is running after a human being, Sathya Sai Baba. Many people think that I am a mad fellow. Now I think that they are doubly mad. Why? He speaks of that. After all, the spiritual practice is a travel from name to nameless. Namarahita. Namasahita to Namarahita. From form to formlessness. From Rupa to Ruparahita. With attributes, without attributes. Guna Sahita, Guna Rahita, Nirguna. That's what spiritual travel is. Therefore, nothing is contradictory to this. Nothing is contradictory. Nothing is contradictory. We say that God is everywhere. Have we experienced? We have not experienced. One Swami was traveling by his car and suddenly he got down and saw a stone like that. A stone. He picked up that stone and asked a scientist from Usmania University, "What is this?" "Swami, stone." "Uh-huh. What is it?" "Granite stone, Swami." "Uh-huh. What do you find there?" "Matter, Swami." "Oh, what is still there?" "Right, that's one. Atoms." "Oh, what is still there?" "Electrons, protons, neutrons." "Oh, what do they do?" "They go on revolving." "Why do they revolve?" "I do not know. I know it is matter. I know it is composed of atoms and molecules. And I also know that it has got all these electrons, protons, neutrons, ions, all these things I know. Why they revolve? I do not know. The moment when I say I do not know, then you will begin to know. That stage should come. So long I think I know, it means I do not know that I do not know. Therefore, I should understand that I do not know. And knowledge, where the science ends, spirituality begins, according to Swami Vivekananda. And then what did Swami do? Oh, I see. There's nothing here in this stone? Nothing. Uh-huh. Then he picked up that stone and touched it. It got transformed into Krishna's idol. Then he said, there's Krishna consciousness here. There's Krishna divinity here. That makes these things revolve. Understandable. Quite logical. Quite scientific. So this Krishna's consciousness is responsible. That Krishna's divinity is responsible for the revolution of these in different orbits. That's what the scientific explanation is. How nicely he explains, how beautifully he explains. He never wants you to have blind faith. He wants you to know, understand, then experience. Yes. Come, he said it. Come, examine and experience. We don't go. We don't examine. We don't experience, ready to comment. Are we fellows and buffaloes? I don't understand. We should go, examine, say yes or no. That's a different thing. It's for you to accept or reject, but examine and experience. Explore, excavate, dive deep into the depths of fathomless end, to collect the pearls lying beneath. Then you will experience what they are, not until then. I cannot look at simply the curd and say, I want butter, it won't be there. You should churn it. You churn it, get the butter, you heat it, then you get the ghee. I cannot say, I want the ghee, all right, wait for next life. The thing is, we have to undergo the process. There's a technique, there's a way to understand, to experience. Therefore, experiencing Baba is experiencing one's own self. Please understand it. I'm experiencing Baba, meaning you are experiencing yourself. There's one great professor by name Professor V.K. Gokak. Very great professor, well known internationally in English literature. No post he has not occupied in the field of education. And this what Gokak said, looking into Baba is equal to looking into yourself. When you look at him, you'll find your long lost self. He being a poet, he has put it like that. Long lost self. We have lost ourself. Only body is just moving like that. Like a car that goes, or like a road roller that goes. Self is forgotten. So when you look at him, you'll naturally think of long lost self. That's what Gokak has said. And Howard Murphy says, love walking on 2 feet is Baba as I understand. And Charles Penn from California, he openly declares in his book, I know Baba appearing in front of me every day in the early hours of the morning, trying to teach me yoga. Therefore, because I have not experienced, I cannot dismiss anything else. I don't see air, so shall I say there's no air? Then he'll ask me, are you living or not? Your life is the proof of the air around. Similarly, our life is the proof of the existence of the divinity. Sathya Sai Baba speaks us how to be careful in this life. He does not want you to be a sannyasi. Many people think, what is this life? Who are you to say what is this life? Some people say, what is there in the life? Please end your life. The world will be better without you. You can never say what is there in life, because there is everything in life. There is everything in life. Because creation is the projection of the Creator. God made man in his own image, not to condemn yourself, not to negate yourself, not to humiliate yourself. You have all the honor, you have all the respect, yes. You have all the dignity that you are the divine, yes, nothing less than that. Being the divine for one's own self, we stretch our hands begging everything from everybody. Baba said at one time, Anil Kumar, you ask a question. When he says, ask a question, why not? I said, Swami, I have one question. What? You say, you are God, you are God. I am not able to believe. How can I be God? Wanting hot cup of coffee every morning? How can I be God? Desiring hot pickles every day? How can I be God? Baba said, if you don't think that you are God, think you are a buffalo. That's the best thing. As you think, you become. It's not like that. And then I said, Swami, in a lighter vein, Swami, if you don't mind, let me speak in a lighter vein with your permission. Yes, come on. He said, now my name is Sathya Sai Baba, I am God. Okay. Swami was sitting there. He was already telling. Finish. I am God, my name is Sathya Sai. As God, I should get up at 3:30 in the morning or 4 o'clock. I cannot even today. And I should get down by 6 o'clock, taking only a glass of water. I'll have 3 cups of coffee by the time I get down. And then I have to give darshan to everybody at 6:30. To those people whose faces I know every day, particularly ladies' side. Ladies who have been staying there for 40 years, they occupy the front row. They don't give space even to a mosquito. Ma'am, my husband is sick, I must go. Let him be sick. There are many sickly people, what can we do? Then when somebody will come, ma'am, I should catch the flight and go, you can go tomorrow. They occupy front row, they don't give space to anybody. So as God, I have to see such rotten faces, same old faces. So I will laugh like anything. Wanted me to repeat, then I pass away as God. And then come to devotees. What letters they give me? I'm suffering from bronchitis. I'm suffering from pneumonitis. I'm suffering from spondylitis. I'm suffering from knee pains. I'm suffering from cataract. Nobody writes a letter, thank you, Swami. You have taken care of me till now. Swami, I'm grateful to you that you have taken care of my children till now. Thank you, Swami. No. When are you going to name my great-grandson? When are you going to cut the hair of my great-grandson? All demands, complaints. Fed up as God. You may like it. So collect letters and pass by there. And then come to students and teachers. They give letters. What letters they give? Anil Kumar, Swami, you may not talk to me, but don't talk to Anil Kumar. You may not look at me, but by any chance don't look at him. Then he comes to bosses, heads of the departments, vice chancellors. What do they write? Remove Anil Kumar immediately from service. It's such an exercise. Ask God. Terrible, terrible. And then sit there in bhajans, and I want students to sing some Sarva Dharma bhajans that stand for unity of religions. Those fellows don't sing. They sing thinking it's music academy. You don't follow me. At the end of Aarti, I go to the interview room and go for lunch. And for lunch, few more Central Trust members also join me. What do they serve? Lunch with Swami or dinner with Swami? Royal. 3 to 4 sweets, 3 to 4 hots. The juices, ice creams, whatnot. But as God, as Sathya Sai Baba, I have to be satisfied with a spoon of ragi malt. All those fellows eat the food that I supply. They eat at my cost. But I have to take only ragi malt, a spoon. Swami. Then I told Swami, I'm not in a hurry to be God. Let me be God, it may take its own course of time. Let me have this ice cream, music, friends, fun, and frolic. Then laughter and laugh. Similarly, he jokes and he enjoys jokes, full of laughter, full of laughter. Why he talks to children? And he'll ask to one child, Ray, how many brothers have you? 2, Swami. He will ask another child, how many brothers have you? All are my brothers, Swami. Then he'll look at college students. See. The LKG boy, UKG boy, first class boy says, all are my brothers. Whereas 2 brothers, 1 brother, say, see his broad mind. College boys simply laugh because Swami wants to cut a joke and enjoy. And then one day he asked, Arey, how many sisters have you? College boy says, Swami, 2 sisters. School boy, how many? All are my sisters. Then he asked another boy, how many wives have you? That one said, all are mine. And one said, no, all are mine. A life of interaction with Him. Living with God is education. Living for God is service. Living in God is realization. We really enjoy what life is. Full of fun, full of fun. Why, you see, somebody clicked a photograph. My feet are a bit apart. I was not conscious of that. And he brought the photographer and says, you are standing like Sai Gita, that elephant. You do not know that there's camera, there's like your photo proper. Understand? Swami, I didn't know. Ajay, you don't notice, but everybody will notice that Sai Gita is standing there. Really, he jokes like that. He enjoys. Life is fun. Life is humor. Life is music. Life is dance. Life is laughter. Life is ecstasy. Seriousness is sickness. He knows. There's one lady from Singapore. Above 6 feet at least, or little more. Quite more than that close to. If she gives one blow, you will remember it for 10 lives to come. Such a person. Only few boys were sitting there. Swami called her, come on. What are you doing? Swami, I'm a music teacher. Where? Huh? From Singapore. Come and sing a song. That lady took it seriously. Then what? She brought some small ducky and gajal. What you say? Gajal evanale? Some. Huh? Anklet? Anklet is here, not here. And she got some bells that make sound. She started doing like that. Singing song in an awful manner possible. And Swami was looking at very nice song. One more song. And looking at these people are Sila. And is she a snake charmer or a buffoon? Very nice, one more song. He enjoys really. Because I'm God, I'm serious, you should be serious, I'm God, you should merge in me. It's not that. One should enjoy, one should fun. Life is like that, full of humor. We should enjoy every moment of our life, every moment. Why? I would rather say about myself. Swami is very careful of nice dress. Very careful. Supposing if he has got little sleeve, nothing is visible like that. And also, one day he was just climbing down the steps. He wore this color. What is this color? I'm not ready. Huh? Whatever color you may call it. Any color is colorful when he wears. He wore that color and just climbing down the steps. I happened to be there. Abba Swami! I said, "Hey Abba, hey Abba." How nice it is, Swami. Oh, I see. He was immediately just, this is so nice. That tenderness, that sensitivity of a human, that knowledge, that power of the divine and sensitivity of a human go together in him. Both go together in him. That is great. That is great. Really. I also saw once, he wore some rose color crepe silk gown, something like that. Rose color. I was standing there and looked at it. Abba, sound very nice. Come on. Arey, you're evil, Ira. Then you have come now. Since you have come, let me have photograph with you. We had photographs. I got about 600 photos with Swami. And I like photographs and Swami likes to be photographed. There's a plant like this. I was standing here, Swami was standing there. But I want to be very close to Swami. I'm coming close to Swami, almost touching his shoulder. He said, "Anil, why Swami? This plant is praying to be photographed. Those flowers also should be clicked, not only you. They are also waiting for Swami, praying for Swami. Why do you do that?" That's what he said. Shira Dishayana Narayana, Shira Dishayana Narayana, Shira Dishayana Narayana, Shira Dishayana Hare believe that there are 100 boys from Saudi, from Iran and Iraq, visiting Prashantilayam, chant Vedam in front of Swami? How am I to believe there are 300 devotees from Japan chanting Vedam in front of Swami? How am I to reconcile the fact there are many from Latin America, El Salvador, Ecuador, Peru, Guatemala, Brazil, Argentina, reciting Veda in front of Swami? How am I to reconcile that? It is a fact of facts. Would you believe that Swami university students can sing Christmas carols much, much better than traditional Christians? Play on that piano and all that, bringing that solemnity, dignity of the occasion. Therefore, you are transported to the other world in His divine presence. In His presence. In a light vein, I may tell you one of the experiences. I dined with Swami many times. One gentleman sat by my side, by name Mohan Das, from Coimbatore, very rich man. He sat by my side. Because the same age group, we used to sit side by side. It was breakfast time. Swami came close to that Mohan Das, sitting by my side. He picked up one puri there. Are, what is this? Puri, Swami. Those fools have not fried properly. We kick him out. Then what he did was, he tore the puri into two. There appeared a diamond ring. Diamond ring. He picked up the diamond ring, gave to that Mohan Das. I was sitting by his side. Very difficult, he said, to take it. Watching this, I started eating slowly. Hey, why are you eating like that? He said, Swami, there will be a ring in my puri also. It may get stuck in my gut. Arey, I won't give you. Ask your mother-in-law. I won't give you. He enjoys life. He got jokes with everybody. Therefore, my friends, life is full of humor. Life is fleeting, momentary. Let's not get worried for about silly things. No. Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba gave us so many things in life. After all, to sum up within brief time is not possible. I just narrated my experiences with some of his teachings within the frame of the limited time, but I'll be at disposal the whole of tomorrow also. I'll be leaving the day of tomorrow. The whole of tomorrow I'll be here in Rochester. So I'll be quite happy to share these experiences or anything you would like to know from him. From me. At this juncture, I particularly thank our Dr. Krishna and his father-in-law, Vigilaish Garu, and his wife, and Doctor's wife, for having invited me here, and their love dragged me here, literally pulled me here, because they have got so many programs here. Long back, I had been here about 7 years ago. People have been hungering to meet me, but suddenly they entered into. They influenced my daughter. So she said, you are going, Nana. She has not said, will you go? You are going. Hari Om Tat Sat. I said, in strict obedience to our command, I'm here, but I'm happy. I'm happy to have met you all. I'm very happy to see the mandir there. I'm very happy. Therefore, my friends, it's a God-given opportunity to be amongst you this afternoon. I pray Bhagavan to bless me with many more opportunities to meet you in future as well. Govindam bhajamo dhammate bhaj Govindam bhaj Govindam Sainath Baba Maharaj Ko. May Bhagwan bless you. May Bhagwan bless your families. May Bhagwan be with you forever and evermore. And may Bhagwan protect your center, safeguard, promote this wonderful temple and all wonderful people who have assembled here and lovely personalities I see here. Most of you are very handsome and very beautiful. Most of you. And I'm so happy they have spent some time. I don't know how to express in words the depth of my gratitude for having listened to my talk in rapt attention this long, ungrudgingly, bearing with me so long, and I pray Baba to shower his choicest blessings on all of you. Thank you very much.
Most humble pranams at the very lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. We have SSC children who would like to receive a memento from you, a human values memento based on the truth, right conduct, love, peace, and non-violence. They are learning this on their lessons, and this is very close to their graduation day. If you don't mind, just handing them over the mementos.
Oh, why not? Why not?
Very quickly.
Why not? With pleasure.
All the SSC children.
Hari Om, Hari Om. Be happy. No seriousness, no. Keep smiling. That's it. Oh. Only girls? Only girls have human values. Boys don't have, are we inhuman or what?
They give marks without it. It's fine.
Good.
What?
Look all your name.
Should I get silver or black?
As each one of them receives the award, I want you to cheer them up. Because in these days, who will try to learn human values, leave alone practicing values? When they have chosen to learn these things, they deserve our commendation and our appreciation.
Tejasvi Vijay.
Tejasvi.
Yeah.
Ah. What is Tejas? Effulgence. That is there on your face. Effulgence, brilliance, radiance. That is Tejas.
Miss Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sanjana. Sanjana.
Sanjana. Oh. Good.
Shubhan. Shubhan.
The fellow was standing there.
Anushka.
Huh?
Anushka.
Anushka. Yeah, Anushka is in Hyderabad. She's a film actress.
Satya.
Satya. Good.
Juliana.
Good.
Sai Prasanna. Prasanna.
Avi, your dress is like a soldier. When you say you're Prasanna, how can soldier be Prasanna? What class? I swear. Okay.
Avantika.
Avantika. Avantika actress కూడా ఉండాలి కదా.
Vedant.
Vedant, Arey Baba. Or you should receive two.
This is for Sharanya. Mom is getting.
Okay.
And she is your student.
See, which year? Which year? She says she was my student. When she says that, I feel I'm a bit older now.
You want to switch?
Am I that older?
No, it's fine.
I see. Good. Since how long have you been here? 30 years only? Wow, great. God bless you, Amma. So nice.
Siddharth.
Siddhartha. Okay. Hey, who is Siddhartha? Buddha. Buddha means old fellow.
We have SSC. These are children who are graduating from SSC and becoming young adults. So this is their graduation certificate. We are very honored for them to receive it from you. Vigilaish Sai. Yeah.
Vigilaish Sai Rao. Sai Rao? Abbu.
Vigilaish Sairam. Vigilaish Rao.
Okay.
Vigilaish
Only one, huh? Two. Acha. God bless you. Oh, two. Acha. Very nice. Anu, Ani Krishna, Sunkara. Sunkara is the family name. Sunkara Satyanarayana. One politician is there. ఉన్నారండి రాజకీయాలు ఉన్నారు అంటే అన్నారు శుక్రవాడు రాజనీతిజ్ఞుడు.
Thank you very much.
अरे जय जय प्रभु गिरिधारी नंदवर नंदलाला 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 नंदवर नंदलाला हे गिरिधर गोपाला
Sairam, everybody. It's my most pleasant duty to deliver the word of thanks for today. Our first and foremost, most humble gratitude to our beloved Bhagavan, Sri Bhagavan Shri Sathya Sai Baba, for coming into this world in this time when we all are here as souls, and to bless us, to grace us, and to lead by example, and to hold us by a hand, and to take us and lead us towards divinity. Thank you, Swami. Like Professor Anil Kumar said, I don't have any words, but yes, when we saw him, we found our lost self. And this is the week where he left his physical form, and we all felt a vacuum. But sir, when we saw you, we found the everlasting joy of what Swami was. And we found that joy in all of us, just seeing you. Thank you so much. With all physical, mental, travel, time change, everything, your cheerfulness, your energy is enlivening all of us, and has definitely energized every one of us in this hall. Thank you so much, sir. Madam, thank you very much, Madam Vigilaish, for being with him and being with us and blessing all of us. And thank you everyone who are here. Thank you all the volunteers. Thank you Hindu Temple of Rochester. We're going to have Mangala Arati. Sir, if you don't mind, Mangala Arati, and then after that we'll have Mahaprasadam.
Sir,
And
Dr. Sir?
Yeah. Please. Madam will share with us a few words on this professor's request.
My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Baba. Sairam to all of you. అవతరించెననుటలో అర్థమేమి ప్రజలపై ప్రేమ వాత్సల్య పరతతోడ వారి స్థాయికి దిగివచ్చు దైవము జీవ ప్రజ్ఞతో పాటుగా దైవ ప్రజ్ఞ. Swami, because of his immense love towards mankind, just as mother would bend and pick up her child, because of his love to lift up the humanity, he comes down as an avatar. Swami is the personification of love, pure love. You all know that, we all experience that love. One day I was sitting in Pulat Hall reading Lalita Sahasranam Parayana. Swami came there, he asked me, what are you reading? Then I said, I am reading Lalita. Swami asked me, do you know the meaning of that? Then I said, I don't know, Swami. Then what's the use of reading without knowing the meaning? After that, for some time I tried and tried, but I could not continue that. One day, I was reading this Stri Suktam. Because in Prashant Nilayam, all the students, Tuesday and Friday, necessarily they will do this Stri Suktam. Being a lady, I thought, why can't I learn that? So I was practicing just at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I heard the voice, don't disturb me. Then I said, who am I disturbing? Because I am reading, I am not disturbing anybody. Then I inquired myself, I could get the answer. I am doing, what is the time now? The time is 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock or till 1:30, what Swami will be doing, that is his resting time. So I am disturbing Swami. Moreover, Stri Suktam means the puja starts, we are starting the puja with offering flowers, offering dhupam, offering deepam and all that, naivedjam and everything. So naturally we are disturbing Swami when he is taking rest. That's so without awareness we should not do any activity or ritual. That was the message from these incidents I could draw. Peddabottu, you all you all might be knowing Peddabottu's name because she is an important person from Shirdi to Patti Avatar. One day she went to bhajan. Akhand bhajan was going on. Bhajan is over and all the people they returned. But with overwhelming joy, she was continuously singing throughout the night. Next day morning, Swami came for darshan and she was also there. Swami asked her, you never allowed me to sleep in the night. That's what Swami said. She couldn't understand the meaning. Why Swami is telling like that? Then you were singing throughout the night, Sairam, Sairam and calling me, how can I sleep? That's what Swami said to her. So, sometimes, even in the nights, I don't get sleep. When I don't get sleep, I too used to say Sairam, Sairam like that. When I read this incident, after Peddabottu's incident, I stopped saying Sairam and I started saying Hanuman, Guru Charana, Hanuman Chalisa I started reciting. After some time I did like that. After 1 or 2 months I became sick. Whenever we become sick, we go and pray to Swami. That time also I prayed to Swami, Swami please save me, I am sick. I am not able to bear the pain. Then Swami told me, go to your Hanuman and ask. Because I never knew that the difference is, we see difference in everything, but Swami says, God is one. All the time when I go for darshan, Swami used to say like this. For a long time I couldn't understand why Swami is telling me like this. I was very much afraid, am I committing some mistake or like that. Swami said, after some time I could understand, Ekatma Bhavana. That God is one, God is one. I have a habit of going around all the temples in Prasanthinalayam. I go to Gayatri, I go to Ganesha, I go to Subramanya Swami like that. Perhaps Swami told me this because I am going and wandering everywhere throughout the temple. All the temples I am going, you need not go anywhere. If you worship Swami, Sathya Sai Baba is Sarva Devata Atita Swarupa. If you worship Baba, it equals to worshipping any God. That was the message I could get from that. In Puttaparthi, so many people will be coming to us, even unasked and unwanted, and they will be giving us some information. One day one lady came to me. And she said, Swami gave me Panchachari. And then another lady told me that Swami gave me Dvarasachari, like that. 5-letter mantra and then 11-letter mantra like that. I too had the desire that why can't Swami give me some mantra so that I can chant happily. That was my desire. What happened? So I thought like that. I was waiting for that when Swami would give me the mantra. Meanwhile, I read in one book, one young man was coming to his master asking for mantra. Asking for mantra. His master was postponing all the time. 1 month, 2 months, 6 months like that. After 6 months again this person came and he was pestering his master to give mantra. Then he said, on one condition I will give you mantra. When you recite this mantra, you should not think of monkeys. That was the condition. So this young man accepted for that and then took the mantra in the slip and went away. He was all right till he reached the home, and when he started doing this mantra, he was about to do the mantra, all the thoughts of the monkeys occupied his mind. So he could not chant the mantra. And he was very much irritated, and next day he came to his master and said, you gave me wrong mantra, that's why I didn't do. I was not able to recite the mantra. That was his, he started fighting with master. Then master said, why I postponed giving mantra for 6 months? Because you are not ready to receive that mantra. You should have some mental comprehension and mental balance if you want to have any mantra. Deservedness we must have. That's why even if we desire for anything, Swami immediately he won't give us anything. It takes its own time. That's what Swami says, you need not ask for anything. When the time comes, I myself will come and give you whatever you need. So I didn't get any mantra. I read in one book, Kasturiji also wanted one mantra from Swami. He was waiting and waiting. After some time, Swami asked him, Kasturi, from where you came to Swami? Then he said, I'm from Ramakrishna Mission, Kasturiji said. Then, what is the result of chanting mantra? Swami asked him. Then Sakshatkar, God's darshan. Now where are you? Swami, I am in front of you. Then what? You got the result of the mantra. Already you got the result of the mantra. Why do you want the mantra again? That's what Swami said to him. So I said, it's not proper time to ask for mantra. After some time, I had leg fracture. And it was paining so much. For 4 months I was bedridden, and I used to pray to Swami daily. Unknowingly I started praying for himself. Swami kapadandi, rakshinchandi, nilabettandi, nadvinchandi. That was my mantra. Just daily I used to do that, morning and evening. I never forgot it. So it went on like that. After some time, unknowingly I started doing some Lalita Nama. Srikari, Krupakari, Abhayankari, Priyankari. Priyankari, Pahimam, Pahimam. I never knew and I never thought that automatically it came. So I was doing morning and evening. After some time, Swami told me to add Chemankari also to that name. Chemankari means the savior of our lives. So just like that I thought this mantra is coming, all the names, Sivankari, Priyankari, all these are coming. I never knew that who has given that mantra also. That became a mantra for me. But I never thought of that. After when Swami said that Chemankari you are after these three names, then I could understand this is mantra given by Swami to me. So I was very happy. Even now I do that. So just like that, the prompting or inspiration or motivation comes from within. Swami is the savior of our life. He is the guide, father, mother and everything. You all know that. Just like that, he guides us. At another time, I was going to Puttaparthi from Bangalore to Puttaparthi. I am very much interested in service activities and Swami gave me so many opportunities also. I was going to Puttaparthi because next day is Sivaratri, I must go and have darshan of Swami. That was the last, but I couldn't get, heavy rush was there. Somehow I got into the bus, I was standing like that. And then I couldn't stand because of heavy rush and for a long time it's not possible for us. So I started praying to Swami. Swami, నీదు దర్శన భాగ్యంబు వడయగోరి వచ్చుచుంటి పత్తి ఏ దీవెనలిచ్చినను కరుణింతివో అని తలచితి స్వామి నీ నాదు శక్తి పరీక్షింపనించి నిలువు జీతం ఇచ్చితీవు ఏ దిక్కు తోచక నేనుండ అభయం ఇచ్చితివో ఆనంద స్వామి స్వామి with a hope that you will give darshan and person and compassion and I will be eating, I wanted to attend Shivaratri function. Instead of that, I thought you will be giving some blessing to me, special blessing to me. But instead of that, you made me stand in the bus. You never gave me any seat. Whatever see you, sometimes whenever we are irritated, that will be reflected on Swami also. Just like that, we feel that Swami is so close to us and there is another person who can bear with us. That's why we go and pray to Swami. So I thought like that, and whenever I dikku tochaka nenunda, when I am helpless, you gave me the seat and you gave me the blessing. Next day was Sivaratri. I went to Puttaparthi. I reached Puttaparthi, and next morning, Swami was about to start his discourse. The first sentence of the discourse was this: whenever you have opportunity for service, go and do that. Whenever ladies need that, whenever children need service, go and that is the first sentence of the Swami's discourse. Then I felt so happy that my prayer is accepted by Swami. Then when I had a fracture, I couldn't go for village service. 4 months gap it came. Then I went to Ganesha. Whenever I have some doubt, I go to Ganesha and then pray there. Then Swami will be answering. So I asked Ganesha, please give me some opportunities. I am not able to do service because of my sickness. When I started praying, continuously for 4 months, I got the opportunity to go and serve village service. This village service, it gives lot of satisfaction. And usually we take the stuff and go in one van, preparing some food to be served to them. We go there. One day, even when we want to go for service, if we think that we are doing that service, that it won't be successful. We shouldn't have that I feel. And before starting, we should pray to Swami. Then only you can proceed. That was also a good experience to me. One day we went and started to go for a village, searching for a poor village. We wanted that all the poor people should be benefited by whatever we are doing. So we are going there, and on the way we couldn't find a poor village at all. Swami was testing us. Because before we started, we never offered prayer to Swami. We should offer prayer and then only we can do anything. Even cooking or even simple things also, only after prayer that will come success. Swami will make it success. Though we were on the way and we went to so many villages, but they said, nobody is poor here, you can proceed. You need not come to our village. That's what they said. I never expected that answer from the poor people. Even they are poor or rich, whenever we are prepared to give something, they will be, naturally they will come and take. But they never wanted that. That man said, we have 2 or 3 acres, everybody in this village has 2 or 3 acres, so you need not come to our village. That's what he said. So after that, finally we reached one village that is near the mountains. Our wish was fulfilled, and so those people also were very happy that we could serve them and give saris, and we gave lunch to them. So we came back. See, that is even through minor things also, Swami will be teaching us so many lessons. That's why Swami gave many opportunities to serve poor and needy people. And at one time, Swami said, do Matru Puja. Matru Puja means I never know the format or anything about that. But whenever something Swami says means, he has some plan about that. And Madurai people came there and they were doing Matru Pujas. We attended there, and so I could see how to do the puja. After that, we did Matru Puja. 400 people were there, and their children, and if they don't have children, Balvika's children were face-stating mothers and mothers. So that was that function also went on very well. When Swami gives something, it is his duty to make it a success. He gives the idea and he makes it a success. The credit will come to us, but all the back work and all that will be done by Swami. And the support will be given by so many people if it is motivated by Swami. That is my personal experience. At one time, Swami asked me to do Ganesh Pratishtha. Ganesh Pratishtha means installing the idol of Ganesha. It's very difficult now, it's very costly affair also. So I thought, how could I do that? But Swami told me I must do. That time, one lady from Srikakulam came. And they came to Puttaparthi to invite us to inaugurate the temple they built. So I asked her, do you have Ganesha temple? Then she said, yes, Ganesha temple is there, but it's not installed yet. So I could grab the opportunity. I asked her, then can we come and do that? Yes, she readily accepted. And that's how Swami fulfilled my wish. So we went to Srikakulam, and then Ganesh Pratishtha we did. And then Swami told me to do this Ganesh Pratishtha whenever we are sick or whenever we have a midst of problems, we can cross them. That's what Swami told me. And whenever people come to us with so many questions, I tell them that you better do this, all the problems will go away. That's what Swami inspired me, and he motivated me to do so many activities for ladies. And this is a wonderful opportunity Swami has given me. Thank you, Sai.